two, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snaps. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Heavy lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Babe, like a Monday for everybody. This is sweet Saturday, that's just for plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, he can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Tyreek Hill on the return. And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he takes us beyond the 30. Five before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off. Pretty decent gain.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jarrett McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Gone! 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 Gone!
handoff. This is Taylor. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run with Taylor. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Taylor wiggles free, and this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for a score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there for KC. 52 yards. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now McKinnon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Stills the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That time.
And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. 4 down, check, 4 down.
Taylor. And now running right through it. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, past the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. A great play there. 78 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now back to throw. They'll roll him out right. Throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man is Hill. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Left, 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 left. Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They run with Taylor. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, and he's got going complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Detroit!
Now Taylor. A beautiful fake. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Here's Taylor. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Lucky 56.
Try to punch it in with Taylor, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. The give to Taylor. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Will Parks. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Look at this spin.
Balance.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 46 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The return man is Hill. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here we go. 4th down, Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Will Parks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos add on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. Able to spin free. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So they took a shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Hurry up, here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it back. He's got a man. Complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Christian Kirk, 79 yards. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Set. Green, 39.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Everyone's got 4. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now here comes Kansas City. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Tempo.
Play action. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. He was looking that time for Stills. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll set up a throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They come out here in the eye. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. He'll get it up the middle. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Wilson going deep here for Stills. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Boom. Landed.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson being chased out left. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Let's go, 14.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Broken tackle, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And now here comes Kansas City. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So, Charles, are able to